Or continue, I guess. So I was in the middle of a mission last time, because I wasn't sure exactly how it worked when I started. And, yeah. Fogs, thank you. I appreciate the support. Alright, so last time, which this is like really early game. So we don't, I think I unlocked mailbox, right? So I'm gonna claim this, because, you know, rewards and stuff. Rewards are good. So I met some more characters, which, yeah, if you've played this, you'll know this is like right at the beginning of the game. So this is my character. I'm an administrator, and something happened and I lost my memory. And this is our buddy, our partner right now that is with us, Perlina? Hang on. What's her name again? Oop. Oh, hey, I can swap. Oh, I didn't even know that. Ah. Perlica. Okay. Well, I definitely like the sword user more. So you got dash.
Were they here to loot our base amidst the chaos, but showing up right after the anchor fall? That's too much of a coincidence. Things could be more complex than we thought.
I need more Bera characters. You know what? I really, what's Bera characters? Anna. This one is a dragon. Right, she's a dragon. This one's an owl. Oh, buff? Okay. And then I'm not sure what, I think that's cat ears, maybe? But they're, like, off to the side and flat. So I don't think so. So I'm not 100% sure. Relica is a burb. Ah, okay. That makes sense. But not full burb. So we had destroyed a large anchor, which is a big chunk of, like, it's like a, what's it called? I mean, it's an anchor. That's what it's called, but it's like a very large stone structure that summons enemies here that we had to fight. So I will take this pylon. I can't take the pylon. It's so cute though. This pylon has like cute little blinky eyes.
Our original plan was to deploy the protocol automation core nearby and run some tests, but with the hub base severely damaged, we need to get it up and running first.
So this is where the anchor was originally, and it stabbed right into the ground. And that's how we got, oh, that's an invisible wall. That's how we, like, had to go underground and destroy it, kind of thing. The core, we had to destroy the core of the anchor. Yeah, it's right here. See, that's where, are they still down there? I don't see them. Oh, they are. Well, I guess, yep. So we did get another character when we logged into the game and we got mail. There was the ability to collect a character from the mailbox. So definitely recommend. I haven't tried them yet, but bing bing bing. All right, let's continue to go back. Right now I'm not adding or doing anything. I'm literally still in the tutorial. So I want to get through the tutorial at bare minimum. But yes, welcome to Arknights Endfield. It is you know, it's a really great game. I've been enjoying it. It's a 3D real-time action RPG, and like a factory simulation hybrid that kind of expands on the Arknights lore. If you're familiar with Arknights, you may be familiar with one of like the original game, like one of the other games and whatnot. I'm halfway there. Yeah, see, Dragon Crystal, that's like my big worry, okay? I don't like getting carried in games. I don't like getting carried in games, and when somebody is like 10,000 levels higher than me, I get overwhelmed and sad because I don't get to play because they'll come in and just kill everything. And yeah. That makes for an unhappy Saku. I like to think to get carried on to the same. Okay, I'm not sure, but yeah, we play as the administrator, which is a leader basically of this group, and we had been sleeping I think for 10 years, if I'm not mistaken, at the very beginning, and there's some crystallized enemies we have to defeat, and it's pretty cool. So our objective right now is to go back and talk at the entrance to the base here. There was a meeting.
What's going on, Director Chin?
Is it more enemies? Oh no.
And so many of them.
This isn't the worst of it. Look over there.
Uh-oh.
That place. It's the deployment area we reserved for the automation core.
From the scale of the rising smoke columns, the deployment area has completely fallen. This area was completely surrounded by Angeloi, yet these bandits still got through. How did they manage to slip in without anyone noticing?
I want to turn the music down and turn the volume of the character speaks up.
Those landbreakers we encountered were probably just their vanguard. Director Chin, is there anything we can use?
Security Division gathered as much intel as they could. I'll sync it with you. We have yet to recover from the anchor fall. Power's still out, and we've taken heavy casualties. The Angeloi destroyed many backup cables. Our systems are failing. The attacking landbreakers have been confirmed as the Bone Crushers. Their objective remains unclear at present. But their assault was too well timed to be accidental. If the current situation persists, we will not be able to successfully deploy the automation core. We can use the resonance tower to activate Originium for power, but its energy cost is steep. It won't last long.
We have another option available. If we can deploy the PAC, we can restore base operations.
You mean, we power the resonance tower with the PAC?
Yes. We can use the AIC to set up a power transmission relay.
So many acronyms.
Once the resonance tower is activated, the base will get some respite.
But there are so many landbreakers along the way. If only we could weaken them.
Why don't we just beat them up?
Of course we can. Landbreakers? You got a team of pros, Director Chin. Edmund, you saw what I did, right? I know tons about fighting these scummy LBs.
Limit breaks. Landbreakers. Oh no. Oh no, more acronyms.
Oh, I'm afraid my creaky bones won't let me swing a weapon. But I can still offer plenty of help with the automation core.
But should we come up with a more foolproof plan? There are just so many LBs outside.
Please. No. No. No acronyms, please.
Have faith in us, Director Chin. I'm not just the supervisor of Endfield Industries. I'm also the acting lead of the Endfield Crisis Team. I'm part of it too! Excited to work with you, Enmin. I'm sure there's a lot I can learn from you.
New teammate! Yeah, let's go. You have a question though. Do you need to know anything about Arknights going in? No. It's just an expansion of the lore. It doesn't, like, you can go in without any knowledge of Arknights at all and still have like the exact same experience. There are a lot of sci-fi terms, yeah. It's like sci-fi, cyberpunk-esque kind of vibe. Yeah. Press and hold that. Yep. A new operator has joined.
All operators accounted for. The team is ready for the mission.
Alright, we have another character.
Give me the front row this time. I want to be the first out of the door.
Rude? No.
Now let's go
No.
and teach those pipe faces what happens when you mess with Endfield. Administrator, I'd actually prefer it if you can just stay and rest here. Fighting the Landbreakers is very different from fighting the Angoloi. The conditions of your health.
I'm fine. I'm an Enfielder. I do Enfield stuff. Don't worry, I can handle them.
Much appreciated, Endman. So, we have a conclusion, Director Chin. The crisis team will whittle down enemy forces, deploy the PAC at the designated site, and transmit power back to base with relay towers to restore base operations. Mr. Andre, I'll contact you once the roads are clear. Apologies for forcing you to travel into the wildlands, but we will need your help.
No problem. I feel so much better knowing I can finally help everyone properly this time.
Listen, Andre, you still are in for a big talking to from the lady here, who was very upset that you ran away to go check on something without talking to her.
Stop puffing up your feathers, old man. Administrator, Supervisor Perlica, and Operator Chen, do be careful out there. Before I forget, the TP point is not part of the base's power system. If there's something more that you can handle, just head back to base and rest. We're counting on you. Endman, let's first activate the teleprotocol point. TP points will let the team move around faster, and...
Yo, I got authority and a currency.
Andre just updated me about your condition. Please keep yourself safe out there.
All right, we have characters.
Waiting for something?
Yeah, this is me. I'm the administrator.
Operator Perlica, standing by.
Perlica has electrify.
Still waiting for something?
And administrator has crowd control.
Over here, Edmund!
Chen has stagger.
Wanna come snowboarding with me?
And snowshine, which is the one that I got for free in my mailbox, is health, which I do kind of want to equip. I thought that I saw. Oh, here it is.
Crisis team ready for action.
Add you.
Administrator.
Well, bam.
Get ready.
Yeah, we got the dragon girl.
My
Yep.
blades are always ready, as they never rest.
So they each have different skills. And they each have different benefits. Of course, you have different characters, different benefits. So you can, make your own team and, decide who you want to have in your party. Right now we only have 4 characters, so it's going to be those 4. But there's also a fire character at the intro that we had access to that I was very heavily using quite a bit. So I don't know where they are, but hopefully we get them at some point. Probably in the tutorial of some capacity. And the cat girl with the hoodie, are you talking about Perlica? Yeah, no. That's not me. I'm this one.
Orignium singing.
And yeah, there is a factory system as well in this game that you can have basically 24/7 kind of automation. We haven't gotten to that point in the story yet, but you use the AIC factory system to build high-tech production lines so that your Orignium engines and machinery work basically around the clock. So automate resources, you can automate resource gathering and crafting so you can focus on the actual gameplay and stuff. No, how come Rashkavar? Perlica is a burb, yep. They're wings. They're not cat ears, they're wings. Yeah, here.
Operator Perlica, standing by.
Yeah, they're owl tufts. Yeah. The factory must grow. Alright, activate. Use the rest function to resuscitate disconnected operators and restore the entire team to max HP. When near a TP point, the storage function becomes available. Press F. Okay, storage management includes a quick stash feature that moves backpack items to the depot, freeing up backpack space. And a filter option to customize the items being moved. Okay. I'm just gonna quick stash everything except for my health stuff, my healing items. Okay, there's also an event, so I would like to claim everything. Anything that has a dot on it, basically, I'm gonna, oh, it's gonna show me. Yeah, so this is how we're gonna get another character, I guess. Use headhunting to acquire more operators for support. Click to continue. Okay. So, which character would we want, right? What would be the best character to get? I'm pretty sure that this is tutorial thing, so we just are probably guaranteed to get to the same character each time. But I'm wondering, out of these characters, Which one would we want? Oh, because of Linux. These are completely random. You're just guaranteed one of the cool people by the 40th one. Ardella is best for healing. Okay. What about the others? Who's like big damage? Ember is one of the cooler designs. I do like Ember's designs. Pog is good for physical DPS teams. Okay. I do like Last Right's design as well. All right, I'm just gonna get one. I don't know if any of, I don't know what the, yeah.
I have to do this again.
I like how she's so sleepy. Estella?
I'm Estella. And please don't give me physically intensive assignments. Why do I have to do this again?
Stella again?
Captain Akakuri of Operation Team Z7 reporting in. The
Reporting in.
dossier, budget summary, and action plan are
Akakuri? Probably said that wrong.
first. Captain Akakuri of Operation Team
Oh,
Z7
another one.
Why do I have to do
Oh,
this?
sleepy girl again.
Greetings and many.
Estella is the only cat girl right now.
I'm Estella. And please don't give me.
Antal of Op Z7 reporting for
Hey,
duty.
it's another
I study
one.
Originium automation and occasionally help with modifying or repairing Originium devices.
Estella
You may
likes you.
approach me for
Antal?
Catcher, Op Team Z7.
Oh, hey.
My role is giving the team cover and logistics support.
Catcher.
I specialize in defensive operations and I'm good with the blade. And I hope I'll be an effective addition to your team.
Why do I have to do this again?
Oh my god, Estella again. Estella, please. We have so many Estellas.
Catcher, Op Team Z7. My role is giving the team cover and logistics support.
Greetings.
5-star.
Weather operator from Rhodes Island. Codename Snowshine.
Wait, you
Search
again?
and rescue expert specializing in low temperature operations. Get me on
I already have you.
in the ice fields or snowy mountains.
No, you don't need to name your character in game, your Twitch handle. What is the, I wonder what's the likelihood of getting a 5-star? It's probably not super high. I thought Catcher had a tail, but then I realized that's Saku's tail. Aha! Look at the, like, I like the backgrounds. New character, new character, new character, new character. Not new character. Yeah, Catcher has a tail. The dragon. This guy has a tail.
You have something.
Antal.
Discuss with me.
I feel like he's gonna beat me up. Fives are higher. Ooh. I have different stuff here. $300 head-ending attempts for operator of choice. Ooh. So you can select which one you're guaranteed to get then, I guess. Six stars the max you can roll. Once you hit 300, you can pick one, yeah? Okay. So do you have to pick one before? Do you have to pick one before you start rolling? Or is it pick one, so like if I picked one, does the three, like if I rolled 10 and then I picked one, would it reset back to 300? Oh, okay. Just get an item that'll let you pick one. Ah, okay. So these ones never go away. Might as well just roll then. I can't tell, like, how you tell what if you got something good or not. Right, because, like, normally when you roll with gacha stuff...
I have always believed that you will lead us upon the right...
Oh, hey, it's you again!
Welcome back to Enfield Industries, Administrator.
Relica!
Catcher, Op Team Z7.
Yeah,
My
see?
role is giving the
He
team
has
cover
a
and
tail
assistance
too.
support.
It's
I
just
specialize in
right here.
defensive operations and
Antal of Op Z7 reporting for duty. I've studied Originium automation and occasionally help.
Okay, I've already got you.
Antal of Op Z7.
Oh, it's you again.
Catcher, Op Team Z7.
I wonder if there's any new characters that are 4-star that we haven't already got. Oh, the answer is yes.
Got anything to say?
Yes.
No?
What do you mean no? I just said yes.
Call it a day.
Wow, rude. Nature. Oh, she's got nature. Fluorite. Isn't that like the thing that you use on teeth? This is fluoride. Oh, fluorine? No, that's fluoride. Fluorite is a mineral. Ah, okay.
Op C7 skirmisher, Flora.
Oh, it's you again.
Got anything to say? No? How about...
Catcher, Op Team Z.
Why do I have to do this again?
Estella.
Catcher, Op Team Z.
Catcher. Like chlorine the gas, but worse. All of these like banner stuff here looks really cool. I really like the way that they do this. Dupe Master Saku, yeah. Right, go. Catcher is a fox boy, a wolf boy?
Oh, knowledge most ancient.
Oh, hey!
Not
We have a new character finally!
deliver us from the codes of malice. I am
I have so many cryo characters.
Captain Akikuri of Operation Team Z7 reporting in.
Wow, we have lots of sleepy. Okay. We have characters. Oh god, what are all these things? Go. Ah. Yeah, we've already got these. Flame. Flame. Rewards preview? Might as well. Just do it. I'm assuming this is the, like, sample the new character that's on banner kind of thing. Like, deranged family-friendly streamer poisons chat with chlorine gas. I'm not poisoning anyone. Damage dealer who leverages her critical hits. Her skills can continuously apply solidification, and her ultimate makes a powerful single target damage dealer. I'm not very good with tutorials. First cast battle skill. Oh, E. I'm still not 100% sure how this works. Besides, like, okay. I'm so used to, not being, directly in something's face. I just want the rewards. Electrified. Oop. You like her already? How come your PC can't run the, like, it's oh, I'm not paying attention. I'm getting shot. I'm gonna actually die. There's stuff happening here. Oh! Okay. Oh, I'm actually gonna die. Nope. Nope.
Enjoy your snack.
Electrified. He's got a flamethrower. Look how little HP I have. Oh my god. Oh my god, this guy is being juggled. Oh god. Yikes. Yeah, honestly, I'm surprised at the fact that, like, my my computer does a really good job of handling it. So, and that's running everything else. I got squished. I got squished. I would like. You can always try it, right? You can always try to see if it works. Claim rewards. Oh my god, why is this so loud in comparison? Also, wait, did it go away? Why can't you guys... Why is this so loud? Back. Oh my god, it's so loud. The web events, but it's in the game. You can't hear anything? Like, actually? Oh, man. More activities. Progress through the main story to unlock more events. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, what was the... I have not built the poison shed yet. It's true. The poison shed is for resin stuff, though. Already headhunting attempts to get a free 10 times. Urgent recruitment. Okay, I have a question for those of you who've played this game before. It's funny how you sing how loud it is, complete silence, though. That's fair. If you put, let's say, 10 into this character, and then the banner swaps to somebody else, does the 10 that you put in stay or no? It does not roll over, but there are pity systems. Okay. It doesn't go towards the guarantee for the character? Okay. I figured I would ask. Claim this. And now in the Discord, they said there were some codes. There's some codes. Trying to find the codes. We have codes in the channel. Okay, there it is. Endfield gift. An Enfield 4 PC. Is there... code? But you can't see this either. Well, bam, I redeemed some codes. There's a 50-50 pity at 60 rolls. Plus, if you hit that on that free 10 pull, it does not reset pity. And the 50-50 can also hit the previous 22 banner characters. Alright. Off I go. Into the valley.
Those landbreakers are giving us a show of force. It's rare to see LBs this arrogant.
Of the 3 major landbreaker clans, the Bone Crushers are the ones who actively respect violence. According to intel from the SOW, this clan has suddenly stopped their extended infighting and launched multiple raids on other minor factions. We don't have any further intel yet. The only thing we can confirm is that a leader has emerged and united the entire Bone Crusher clan.
Did you just try to murder the burbs? Listen, sometimes you just need a chicken wing, like really badly, okay? I can't say anything.
These minerals may come in handy.
Why are they sweating? Rip. All right, we got a fillet. Now the current issue with the game does have is once you hit end game, you just stop getting normal banners. Oh. That seems suboptimal. I do like normal banners. Alright, buck flower. I think that's the thing that gives you health. Alright, beat him up.
Something ain't right.
Engaging. Stay safe, team.
Freeze them! Support ready. Here's our
We made another step forward, Enfielders. Violence is never our objective. Let's press forward.
What? What do you mean violence is never our objective? I disagree. What was the last banner? Before this one, like the Gilberta?
Come get some, you blight-eating scabs. Workers of the UW will never back down.
He's with the UWST. We've got to save him first.
I just want all the items. There's 2 optional rescue the trapped UWST members. Okay.
We getting buggers?
Something ain't right.
Clearing the way for the rescue.
Leave it to me. Here's our chance.
There's something that's like shooting at me. What? Me? A blue goblin? No. Yeah, I wasn't close to that.
Good work, everyone.
Ah! I like how it looks like they're wait, can I talk to you? Is that what your thingy is? Or
High quality minerals. We could probably use them for building temporary shelters.
I wish I didn't have to pick everything up.
Mineral ores form the foundation of the facility. We should gather more.
Pick everything up. Oh my god, there's so much! There's so much here! Oh, the eyes emote are if they see something valuable. Yo, thank you so much for the YouTube sub! I see something valuable every day. All of you in the chat. Shinny. We have a lot of things to pick up. Man, they see so much valuable stuff.
High quality minerals. You can probably use them for building temporary shelters.
We can probably use them for our temporary shelters. Look at how many rocks there are here. There's definitely something here. It's glowing.
I didn't expect this, right? My special swordsmanship for rocky stuff.
Mineral ores form the foundation of industry.
I know. That part I knew. Oh, God. Oh. I may have fallen off the edge. So, I guess we're going down. Whoops.
High quality minerals. We can probably use them for building temporary shelters.
Boop, 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 boop.
Uh-huh.
I am a big Arknights nerd. But just not... I haven't played this game because I was waiting to get sponsored. Before I was gonna put time into it. I just assume that my character doesn't have that limitation because, you know, being an administrator and not being like physically here but being like digitally here.
We should gather more.
It causes a lot more than cancer. But yeah. Right. Let's go deal with these guys.
Engaging. Stay safe, team.
Freeze them! Arc support right here's our chance, ready to crystallize!
I can't see because I'm trapped in a wall. There we go. See, you can dodge at the right time to get like a perfect dodge and get your like some stuff back. But I'm not very good at it. Yo, thank you so much for the follow. Are you all right? Did you get hurt?
I'm okay. Those LB scab eaters won't beat me that easily. Wait, you're Enfielders. I saw that anchor fall right into your base. I was just thinking about helping you out. The Angaloy and LBs kept trying to get into this place while tearing apart everything we built. We could barely hold them, and had no choice but to beat a fight in retreat.
I do have to say, I'm very happy that there's so much voice acting in this game. Like, it does help you, like, it does help bring out the characters more.
Anyway, appreciate the help. I gotta fix our facilities here. Once I'm done with that, I'll go bandit smashing with my hammer right here. I still have 2 buddies out there. If you see an Alafia and Fort, tell them to bring their arsenal. I'll get myself ready for a major slugfest.
Listen, I'll tell you. I'll remind you all how much I enjoy Arknights. Okay, you wanna see? Hang on. I'm gonna show you a picture of Saku, like IRL Saku. I'm not always a VTuber, so this isn't like a face reveal or anything. 2 days? A new player played every day for the first 2 days. That's me, actually. Okay, where's this picture? What is this? 7, 8. This one. Okay. Well, bam. Anyone familiar with what this character is? An Arknight nailed it. I'm hurting. I'm hurting. I'm hurting. Come on. There must be somebody. There must be somebody who knows what character that is. Yes, you can say what character it is. It is! It is Tallulah! Or Tallulah. I was not familiar with Arknights until this came out. I actually have a cover song of an Arknights that's in limbo right now. Tallulah. I typed too fast. Okay. I was like, did I not know the name correctly? I was pretty sure it was Tallulah, but then you said Tallulah, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, it's Tallulah. Tallulah has such a sad backstory. Oh my god. Sad. Big sad. They're just hanging out. They're just hanging out on the box.
People say that the essence shall reveal itself. Is there something I missed?
No. I was hoping that would be explosive. It was not explosive. That looks comfortable. Ooh, what's this? Ooh. Do you see something cool? Or is it what I picked up already? Alright, let's go back towards the mission.
Something ain't right. This
Stay safe, team.
Yeah, why is that Here's our chance.
Ready? The raiders have taken a UWST crewmate prisoner. We must defeat them.
Well, bam! PZ. The factory aspect of the game is pretty good from a Factorio head. I'm assuming that's what I'm going to go get, right? I'm assuming that's what I'm trying to, like, unlock.
Engaging. Stay safe, team.
Leave it to me. Here's our chance.
But I'm also not sure. So we have the, we have this thing where there's a stagger bar. So you'll notice there's a health bar, and then underneath the health bar, there's something else.
I got summoned by these pipe-faced rascals. Darn it. That was embarrassing.
Rascals? Well, landbreakers can be rather dangerous to the ordinary folk, you know.
Dangerous indeed. You look like Enfielders. I guess you took care of your anchor problem.
I did. Yep, me.
Our base is safe for now. However, we also had to fight off an unexpected landbreaker raid. We're out here to solve the issue.
Solve the issue? That means every last one of those breaker scum, right?
I am totally for that. But I guess our priority is to secure the roads. Since so many of our people are injured, we should restore base operations first.
Agreed. You bail me out of a death siege. I won't let that happen again. I'll head back once I verify the facilities are alright. If you see my 2 other brothers out there, tell them to look for me.
I will do. So, Rashkuvar, sorry, what was preventing you from installing the game? Is it the fact that that you're on Linux?
You know, I've seen other Hongshan swordmasters, and everyone seems to perform the same move differently.
Well,
Wait, why are you
urgency
laughing?
focuses on the will, not the form.
Why are you laughing at me playing this game?
It's far more important than drilling a move over and over.
I definitely like things where I could just punch enemies and they die. Okay, I have 3 cubes. I no idea how I get more cubes, but I'm assuming that we unlock, yeah, this is basically daily missions, so as we get our pass leveled up, we get the rewards from it. This one is free rewards, this one's pay rewards, and this one is, you can unlock it with, there was like a currency up here, I think. Figuring out how to use them gets a bit technical. The tutorials I haven't found are working for you. I'm so sorry. Is there anybody else here who plays this game on Linux that might be able to help?
This ain't normal. Something ain't right.
Engaging. Stay safe, team.
Leave it to me. Here's our chance. Crystallize. An easy victory.
We handled that fight well.
Yeah, this one is yeah, this is a PC campaign specifically. I heard birds or something. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Ooh, there's stuff up here. I do a lot of that stuff like off of stream. A lot of this kind of game I play off of stream because it's just not my normal stuff and I don't want to bore people or spoil anything for people that aren't up to the same point that I am. But I know that there are some people who enjoy watching it, some people who don't, and I know it's not my normal thing, so I normally don't play it on stream. But I do really like these games.
Joining the party? Oh, you're Enfielders. I thought you were with them.
Are you related to the other guy who was on the ground over there?
You're wounded, and did you do all this?
I probably did. I got no ideas on fighting the Bugaloids, but these raiders...
Yo, our Green Paradox installed the game, thank you!
I fought worthy opponents in the underground arena, so the asphalt roundabout.
We're trying to create a safe route to the hub base. You can go there to receive medical treatment.
Great. Oh, by the way, I kindly asked this pipeface here a few questions before he passed out. Blightbrain could hardly form a coherent sentence, but he sounds northern. I could faintly make out signs of trouble up north, but I have other business to take care of here.
Dum dum dum.
North? There is a refugee camp north of here trying to work for the UWST. But these raiders came from that direction too?
Ooh. All these, please? Is that... Did I... Oh, there it is. Like, wait a second. Why can I not pick this up? Tracker stuff working anyways. Linux is a lot strict about keeping programs from doing tracking relating stuff. Yeah. The thing is, I don't think it says one way or another if you need to have it on Windows or not, right? I'm trying to see if there's anything listed in here. But yeah. Oh, the planet that we're on, by the way, is called Talos 2. It's apparently not a planet, and instead a moon that surrounds Talos 1.
Is what Enfield is fighting for.
So our job as the administrator is to be the architect of a new civilization. So we lead a squad of our operators, or we lead a squad of operators to expand the frontiers of Talos 2, where that'll allow like a new home for humanity, basically. That's what we're trying to do here. But when the stuff landed on Talos 2, it was immediately attacked by the enemies that were fighting here. Well, if you wanna download if you wanna play the game by using my link and getting the download that way, then that would help me. Because I need 15 people to play it. Like for a minimum. So if you would be so kind to help me out by trying out the game, it would be awesome. It would be, yeah, you'd have to use my link though. But yeah. I am trying it out, Annie Drew. Oh, there's enemies here.
This ain't
Clearing the way for the rescue. All variables within estimate.
So we aren't getting these guys to stagger before they just straight up die. So there's a stagger bar below the health bar.
I wouldn't expect anything less.
The battle has ended. Let's take a break while we still can. Good work, everyone.
You pulled Yvonne last night? Nice. I'm not really far into it. I'm like, I just finished the first mission and now I'm doing the second mission.
Engaging. Stay safe, team. Outstanding technique. Good work, everyone.
Outstanding technique. That's me. If I'm nothing but outstanding technique. What even is in here? Ooh. I've been looking. You have no idea. I posted about the, like, when this game was announced, I posted about it in the Discord and I was freaking out because I'm like, oh my god, Arknight game that's like actual, like, you know, RPG-esque kind of like, you know, a 3D RPG that you can use to fight things yourself and you're not like doing, what's it called? The... like tower defense-esque. I don't even know what it's properly called, but you know what I'm saying, right? Yeah. Also, my character's a little bit half dead. I think this is our, yeah. These are the items that are equipped by our characters. Who has gun? You have gun. Who's you? Okay, you're not even equipped in here. This sword, though. Oh, it's a great sword. The tech test and all of the betas, and they bunked me out and said, no, no.
Cut the wires, you break the switches here, you smash the crates! Well, don't let boss wait too long.
Probably should heal before I die. Well, it looks like that's where we're gonna go fight things. But there might be loot. So, probably not, but still.
Hold him off, boys! Fresh meat! We got fresh meat coming! Draw steel, boys!
Nope.
Crush him! Crush him off!
Commence L7. Annihilation.
Goodbye. Oh, we actually dodged perfectly well there.
We're all around you!
That was actually a pretty good fight. Oops. Wasn't paying attention. Bam, bam, bam. You're being shot from all... Go away! Oh my god. Wha-bam!
These LBs really aren't scared of anything, huh? Are you alright?
I see a good opportunity for some warm-ups. Or, I just hope they can stop their blabbering. You know what? I think the blabbering one is what I'm gonna go with.
This is strange. The Landbreakers have built a camp here, but they did not loot the nearby areas.
There's a wobble! There's an inflatable! Wacky inflatable! Oh my god! Look at it! It's a wacky inflatable armband! What? Why is there a wacky inflatable armband here?
That means we kept most of our stuff, right? Sounds like good news to me.
But it makes no sense. These raiders often raid various sites and settlements for essential resources. I was expecting to see devastation.
To unite all peoples within our nation. Something about devastation. I don't remember what it is. What's the Pokemon guy? What's the Pokemon thing? To protect the world from devastation. There we go, there we go, there we go. Got it. Yep.
So you're saying that they left most of the loot nearby, but stayed put here? It's not raiding. More like occupying.
Occupying?
Endman? Supervisor Perlica? I'm on my way with the cleanup crew. Please wait for us.
Something suspicious is going on here.
Wait, you didn't mention my name?
Nope.
We'll talk about the Landbreakers later. Our priority is to deploy the automation core. Since Andre and his crew are arriving soon, we can clean this site of their illegal and unwanted structures.
Oh, my legs are giving out.
Nah.
Physical work almost got me killed. Anyway, this place is cleaned up. No time to lose now. Let's get started.
Yeah, let's.
Whoa, let's just take it easy. You seem super excited today.
Of course I am. Our goal in coming to the hub base is to prepare the AIC factory. We gotta run it through a field test and production trials. Though I must admit, I never expected to do it under such dire circumstances.
What do you mean, dire?
Supervisor Perlica, we've received your protocol application and verified all access authority levels. You may issue the order for PAC deployment anytime now.
Here we go.
Understood. The Endman and I shall initiate deployment at once. Endman, the PAC is protected by the highest levels of encryption. Only you can authorize its deployment.
Only
Everything
me.
is now in place. Let us begin.
Yep. All right. Are we ready? Who's ready? Are you ready? Deploy the protocol automation core. Oops. Oh, fine.
Protocol automation core is the key to ending this crisis. We need to secure its landing zone.
Well, here we go. Bam. Look how pretty it looks.
Woohoo! It's wonderful! It's just like what I've envisaged. We can totally deploy the PAC further north and push into the frontiers. Sorry. I just got a little too excited.
With the protocol automation core deployed, this place is now the core AIC area. We can begin setting up our teleprotocol network. The AIC factory will need the core AIC area to perform production work. It will also be able to support and satisfy resource needs in its area.
Sounds like a very practical idea.
Now that we've seen the stars, we should plant our feet on solid ground. You reminded us with this line on more than one occasion. Don't worry, Endman. We have not forgotten your lesson.
I keep forgetting that I have to actually click to move forward.
The protocol automation core and the entire AIC factory it supports will give rise to new hope.
I'm gonna give the automation core a few tweaks. Just deploy the relay towers and transmit power to the protocol resonance tower. This will let us force restart the Originium power facilities within the hub base.
I've allocated a batch of relay tower from our stockpile. We can now deploy these facilities anytime at the required locations.
Wow, that sounds awesome! How does it work?
Oh, you can treat it as a form of facility printing based on the properties of Originium. As for what the automation core could really do, this is just the tip of the iceberg. By using the reverse internalization technology, the automation core can serve even greater purposes. But right now, let's focus on the problem at hand.
What's the problem at hand? Construction is the strength of Endfield Industries made manifest. Press the hotkey and click here to switch AIC mode. Press, yeah, okay. Hold and click here to open the backpack. Okay. AIC mode provides a special hotbar for the placement of facilities. Follow the instructions, drag the relay tower to the hotbar. Refer to the hologram for placing the relay tower. Okay. But it's weird because that looks like it's outside of the base. Relay tower is the key power transmission facility. Relay towers can be used to transmit power to other relay towers, electric pylons, electric nexuses to connect them to the power grid. The protocol automation core is the origin and source of the power grid. Transmit power from the PAC to a relay tower to add it and all connected facilities into the power grid. This reminds me of
The next step is to start power transmission from the PAC.
I think that this reminds me of something that I did in Jurassic Evolution. Take care, Blocket. You don't like Arknights? What? What don't you like about it? Okay, start transmission.
Endman, just plug the cable in right here.
Oh my god. Can we go back? To make it as, like, short as possible? Plug transmission cable.
Both the PAC and relay tower seem to be in working order. Now we just need
Oh my god,
deploy more relay towers.
another inflatable man.
Resonance tower.
Well, looks like my work here is done. Supervisor Perlica, I guess I'll head over there to do some inspection work. Using the protocol resonance tower to force activate Originium might damage our facilities. If we're not careful with this, we might fry every Originium facility in the area.
Okay then. Time to split our forces.
No, don't leave me.
Completing the automated industry complex is a top priority for Enfield Industries. It is our core solution for dealing with the hazards of Talos 2. Enfield completed basic verifications of the PAC technology several years ago. However, we encountered a crucial bottleneck that delayed our progress. Until recently.
What was the bottleneck? Start transmission. Then place the next tower. Start power transmission from the powered... Okay, I didn't see what it was that I needed to do. Oh. Wait, what? Okay, start transmission. Go this way. Yeah, let's go.
We're almost there, Endman.
Come on, come on, come on. Well, bam. Ooh. There's still a hole in the ground there. I guess it was only a little bit ago that it happened. Do you think we'll be under attack right away? I feel like we'll be under attack right away.
Tell the boss. Enfield has arrived. Their administrator has taken notice of us. All the boss's predictions have come true.
Uh-oh. I wonder if the boss also...
Good.
Yeah.
Connection interfaces look normal. I was worried about compatibility issues between our old and new equipment.
I thought you Enfielders would never finish that project of yours, but you just deployed it in a flash. This tech is incredible.
Yeah.
We now only need a single night to construct a proper shelter in the wildlands. This is the future that we want to achieve with our AIC factory technology. What was once our dream has finally made a major stride forward.
You did a great job, Big Owl. Oh, I mean, Mr. Andre.
Oh, why so polite today, Master Chen? You got my feathers tingling and fluffed. I can hardly recall the last time you called me Mr. Andre.
I've always been like this.
Uh-huh.
Endman, Supervisor Perlica, power is back online at the hub base. Thank you so much.
Roger that, Director Chin. The automation core is working well. Perhaps we can run a few more tests. Is there anything else we can help with?
Yes, we could definitely use the support. The comms node is still under repair, so we can't contact other regions yet. And we're short-handed across the entire hub.
Hey, Highwayman.
Right now, the biggest problem is the Originium byproduct processing center. If anything happens to that place, the results could be disastrous. I'm forwarding information on the site to you.
Wait, the Angeloy wouldn't cause this kind of damage. Maybe the Landbreakers had their eyes on something inside.
Uh-oh. You just got to sunglasses, guy? Oh my god, yes! Oh, the best NPC in the game.
What's in the byproduct you mentioned? Another important project of yours?
Byproducts include all sorts of things you can think of. But Originium batteries would be the most important. I guess the LBs are after that. Let's set aside how many these raiders stole for now. The worst part is that they know little about the safe handling of flammable and explosive materials. Things will be catastrophic if they accidentally set off an Originium explosion.
Someone must have planned and coordinated this Landbreaker attack on our base. The underground lab, the protocol automation core deployment area, and now, byproduct processing center. Landbreakers usually wouldn't consider these as prime targets for looting and raiding.
Unless there's someone pulling the strings behind the scenes.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's head over right now and check out what those pipe-faced bandits are after.
The photo tells me that the processing center has suffered severe damage. We must repair the local infrastructure first. Otherwise, we can't ensure the safety of subsequent support and repair operations.
This is where the AIC factory comes in. Let's head on over to the core AIC area right now.
Okay. Are we going to be building stuff? Oh, we got a bunch of engraved metals. The protocol synthesizer has integrated various functions useful for exploration. The database can be used to view details of various items, enemies, and tutorials. This section highlights headhunting and arsenal exchange events currently available. Click here to open the map. This area shows the Valley 4 region overview. Click here to view the map of the hub. Oh, hey! Look, we can probably teleport. The map of the hub shows the terrain and various information of this area. Click various map markers to get more details about them. For example, clicking a mission tracking point opens up the mission details. The PAC map marker is already selected. Click the teleport. Yeah, see? Teleport button. I knew it! Look at the planet in the background, though. It's looking a little dangerous. Yo, level 3! Okay. Meet with Andre at the core.
Judging by how bad that gate looks, the facilities inside are probably damaged too. We must prepare some materials for carrying out emergency repairs.
Leg? What do you mean, leg? I think, like, the, we all know Saku's computer needs, some upgrades, right? We all know that I'm working on building my computer. We all know that it needs to be fixed. We all know that it's gonna have struggles. I am doing my best with what I can. I know that there is problems. I am constantly hearing about it, and there's nothing I can do about it. And I have, yeah, it's not the game, it's my computer. And because I'm running my computer, my VTuber avatar and stream, it's a lot my computer can't handle. It's frame lag. Oh, we're viewing it at 1080p is lagging, but 720 below is fine. Hey, thank you so much for coming in. But yeah, I am working on upgrading my computer, but I need the fans that are coming in, and I'm not sure if they've been delivered yet or not. Yeah, it looks like they might be here, maybe. I've been getting massive Twitch lag tonight, some network issues to me though. Yeah, to be fair, I've not dropped any frames from like the stream, right? The only frames I'm dropping are from my computer, me running everything in like 30 FPS. But yeah. This is what it looks like. Hang on, let me look. Let me see. Oh. What? That's not at all how it looks on my screen at all. Not even in the preview for OBS. You find the Owlman interesting? You should play the game. It's some good lore. I think it's pretty cool. My favorite NPC is not this guy though. It's definitely sunglasses guy in the intro cutscene. So any clips created will be like that. It is like, that's so weird. I wonder what happened with Twitch. Yeah, it's definitely not a me thing. And it's not a game thing.
I recommend the Origo crust. It's the most common material for producing all kinds of machinery and equipment. The very nature of originium makes it the quintessential material for industry and engineering.
Yes.
Wow. If it's that useful, I'm guessing we've got a whole warehouse full of it, right?
Yeah, we, just happen to have used up the local stash. Nobody expected that anchor fall to hit right in the middle of our base. There was so much damage that we needed to fix.
Yeah, there really was. Actually, there was tons of damage.
That being said, we have to start from square one and do some manual mining. I'll prep various AIC facilities while you head out there and gather some originium ore.
See, I feel like I can mine originium ore, but having my characters, right, my operators mining originium ore, not good.
You'll see plenty of ore formations and trees in the wilderness of Talos too. Since we lack proper gathering tools, I suppose we can hit them with our weapons.
Nice. I guess it's time to show the Endmen my new moves.
Bandwidth estimates 100 kilobytes a second, or 1,000 kilobytes a second shows this on video stats, but that's not correct at all.
Mineral ores form the foundation of industry. We should gather more.
Do you think there's a, like, maybe Twitch is struggling? Oh, there's an enemy. Wait, what?
So, what do people think about Talos 2? Looking back, the civilization band has come a long way. We've carved out a long history in this perilous world. Since we first set foot on Talos 2,
I can't restart stream until the sponsorship is done.
There's no doubt we truly cherish this new home.
These minerals may come in handy.
Yeah.
Mineral ores form the foundation of industry. We should gather more.
They're still looking at something. Oh, there's still stuff down here.
High quality minerals. You can probably use them for building temporary shelters.
So much originium ore. What are you seeing? Huh. Oh, this probably.
Mineral ores form the foundation of industry. We should gather more.
If you turn it to 720p, it's completely fine. Yeah, try watching in 720p. What is this? Oh, this inflatable thing is an actual thing. Please acquire access. Rude.
Good. We have enough originium ore, Endman. Now let's get started making Origo crusts.
Origo crusts.
I've readied the facilities. We should deploy them near the PAC to start our work.
The refining unit has been placed in the backpack. Press B. Put the backpack on the thing. Or whatever that is. Okay, yep. Confirm placement. And we need to get power to it. Okay, and that's number 5. Oh, it's just forcing me to put it in that exact spot. Oh, wait, what? No, why did it... Okay.
Construction complete. We can now activate the refining unit.
Alright, AIC facilities can produce various different raw materials, or, sorry. AIC facilities can process different raw materials to produce various factory goods and products. The refining unit processes materials by refining them. We have, okay, so we have Originium ore, and we can see, yeah, that is crafting, what are these? Oh, Origo crust. It really is so many tutorial right from the beginning. Flash, thank you so much for the raid. Hang on a minute, I see your title. What is that command you have in your title? Flash, thank you so much for the 14 months. Command in whose title? Yeah, your title in Flash for your stream. It says exclamation mark flash me. When you raid, it pops up with your title, your game. For me. Oh, this for a sponsorship. That's amazing. Items can be dragged from the backpack to... Okay, we literally just saw this. Okay. So we've definitely got enough. But we can leave that still working in the background.
Edmund, you're an incredible learner. So, these are the basics of using the AIC. Keep them in mind, and they'll come in handy.
MeUndies is a company that makes underwear. I've seen them on some YouTube videos, like people sponsored by them before. People complained in beta there wasn't enough tutorials, so they went ham for the release version. I think that it's like tutorials are good. I think that like jamming them all at the beginning of the game, so it's like tutorial is a struggle.
Oh, perhaps incredible learner would be the wrong way to put it. After all, it was you who... forget it.
Yep, it was me who designed it because I lost my memory and I don't know, but I do know.
Anyway, you can start moving again once you're ready. Now that we have these materials, we can still salvage the original.
Look at her face.
As long as it's not completely
She's
destroyed.
so tuned out. Like, so tuned out. She's like... They did add a button in the first patch to let you skip a bunch of the optional ones and just get the rewards. Well, see, I don't want to skip all of them. I just want them spread out a little bit more. I want to go fight something.
Big Owl? Besides those batteries, is there something else you're worried about in the processing center?
Yeah, Jen. You got really sharp senses. Please direct them somewhere else next time. I actually left a set of parts and some key documents for the prototype's upgrades. If I lose them, I won't be able to wrap up my work on the prototype.
Don't you think that was vital information to give us at the beginning?
Important documents. Mr. Andre, you could have told us earlier. Director Chin would have...
Oh, you started the project without Director Chin's approval, didn't you?
Oh my god.
No, it's not like that. It's fine. The evaluation process can be a real bummer. So I spent my own money and got someone to custom build a set of special equipment. These are actually modification parts for a large area arts unit. Oh dear. If Chin learns of this, she's gonna have a really long talk with me.
Uh-oh.
But I can't just delay the progress of the prototype project. It will be such a waste. Enman, Supervisor Perlica, please. You must understand.
We understand. Let's move out as soon as we can, Endman.
Let's go.
Thank you so much. By the way, some operators just set up a few zip lines in this area.
Yes?
They'll help you get around faster.
Zip lines? Heck yeah. Oh man.
Shared facilities left by others are temporary. Feel free to try them out if you want.
Oh. This shared facility from another player can be directly used without power. More shared facilities might appear after reaching certain phases of exploration. That is pretty cool. I don't want to repair it. Okay, I guess I have no choice. Have a good night, Camry. Thank you so much for being here. Bam, 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 bam. Ooh, what's that? Well, I don't want to, wait, what? I don't want to go back that way. I want to unlatch. Ooh. Citron? Is that lemons? Oh my god, Davos, thank you so much for the raid. Also, Flash, what were you playing in Minecraft? Oh, and Davos was the Dragon Quest. Nice. Handle Crisis. Oh. Level 15 enemies! This is a problem. Oh my god. Vic, I need to stagger. Woohoo! Honestly, not doing too bad. There is a bug that's going to attack me. Nope. I saw you. I saw this bug trying to... Oh, I got so distracted. There's more of them. There's snails now. What the heck is happening? Oh my god.
Your end awaits.
Please die. There's more of them. Oh my god. Oh, that hurt quite a bit. I need to get a different enemy here. Go away, bugs. I'm hurting. Oh man, crystallizing enemies is really nice. Ooh. Crystallizing basically kind of like freezes them. And that way they can't move. I can't see, but I just...
Much appreciated.
Oh, thank God. Oh my God. Oh, you're playing all the mod pack. Oh, nice. Is that like Pokemon? Hey, Davos, you need to level up some more in Dragon Quest? Oh no, what happened? Well, that was a little bit scary. Well, we did get a box.
One rewarding trip.
So nice. Also, if you want to play this game, !Endfield. If you want to install it, give it a go. We're trying to get to 15 people to install it. That would be amazing. But yeah, I really appreciate you all. I'm not sure why it says out of 5 on the screen. Somebody was asking me earlier if it was like, you know, maximum amount of 5 or maximum amount of people's 5, but it's actually 50.
Every breath and pulse of life.
The maximum amount of people that I can get to play the game is 50 before I, like, yeah, I don't get any more credit after that. But if anybody wants to play it, it would help me a lot if you use my link to download the game. We could go back that way. There's also something up here.
High threat hostile. Approach with caution.
Oh, they're so cute, the bunnies. Look at how pretty this area is. Hey, come back here. Hey, excuse me, come back here.
Everyone, be cautious. Oh, this looks way worse than the photo.
Something's not right. They smashed the circuitry when...
Oh. Mysterious entities that emit strange sparkling lights. They may be found during exploration. Active aria lines... Or that's not how you say that, but somebody else can correct me on how to properly say that. Are forms of unstable Arilan that exhibit a range of special properties. Some can move on their own, while others are guarded hiding and can only be revealed by scanning. Submit RLIs at a TP point to retrieve items that can support exploration and increase stamina limit. Yes? Yes? Oh my god, stamina, yes? Arlene's. Ah, thank you. Let's just rest for a minute to get our health back.
Good rest.
And also submit the Aureline. Aureline. Yeah. More stamina. I don't think that was stamina, was it? Ah, maybe. Alright, repair the gate. Material cost 5.
These Origo crusts really saved us some trouble. We have Mr. Andre to thank for that.
Alright, let's use the gate. Do you think that we are gonna have any issues? We'll see. Oh, with stamina? Okay. And then we're gonna go... Oh my god.
Look, the Landbreakers really turned this place upside down. They seem to be looking for something.
Probably those documents that were left behind.
Wait, don't tell me that the LBs are really after the parts. What would they use them for?
And where are the crewmates?
I hope they have evacuated to safety. Perhaps we should do another sweep just to be sure. Give the area a scan, Endman. The scanner might be able to locate some useful information.
Ooh, potato and cheese pierogies with the double Zeta Ignis getting the potato and cheese pierogies and a vanilla shake. Oh man. What a yummy time. The Easy Tools button. Okay, R or... Okay, let's use R. Oh, feats! Wait, what happened to these feats? These feats just stopped. Wait, what? But then they jumped? Why? Like, there's something that jumps. Not connected to power grid. Unpowered. Okay. Recycling station? As well unlock it. Okay. Go gather resources. Okay. Just looking around for things. Possible ice cream? Yeah, you got possible ice cream.
Landbreakers lingered here for quite a while. No signs of combat. Likely a failed stakeout or ambush.
A failed stakeout or ambush.
They even breached this place. These Landbreakers are clearly covering every inch. They even breached this place. These Landbreakers are clearly covering every inch.
It says, follow the footprints and investigate. 1 of 6. But, I feel like I got 2 sets of dialogues here. Eh. Okay, well that's 2 stuff. Anything else? Ooh, what's this? Oh. Come on this way. Hmm. You can pick up a crate and move it around. Right, we got feeds here. We got feeds here. I want this. See, I'm worried that I'm not going to get all of the thingies for the optional stuff. Oh, there's more stuff here. The prototype is nearly complete, but Yvonne insists on adding a custom support AI and a facial expression interface to it. She's clearly getting way too invested. I asked Yvonne if she planned to name the prototype. Turns out she already did. Ta-ta! What even is that supposed to mean? Let's hope she didn't just smash the keyboard to get the name. Anyways, the parts you requested are here. Don't forget to pick them up. P.S. The port parameters are in the attachment. Please don't lose them. Flamboyant handwriting. The full name of Tata is Trans-Aether Tranquilizer Automata. Memorize it. Oh, goodness. We now have 2 design proposals for the blight scanning platform prototype. Load the scanner on a heavy platform on par with a nomadic city plate and start scanning and clearing out blight zones 1 region at a time. Or proposal 2 is miniaturize the scan and mount it on a wheeled mobility chassis. If it's the later, a single field team would be enough to carry out its mission deep inside the blight zone. Yvonne's idea is solid, but I have a few concerns. Miniaturization would mean sacrificing a number of functions, leaving the rest to be handled manually. Also, shrinking the prototype down to fit a wheeled platform won't be easy. I'm worried the objective might be overly ambitious and hard to pull off. P.S. But Yvonne drew up the blueprints anyways. See the attached files. Please don't lose them. Got it memorized. There's a lot of notes inside this building. This is the budget proposal briefing draft. Times are now different. Breakthroughs in material science and anti-blight interference technology achieved by civilization-banned scientists during the last decade means that scanning, containing, and eliminating blight masses in the field is no longer science fiction. We are now capable of locating a blight patch's origin of contact and neutralizing it like untangling a ball of yarn. Although the exact form of the blight scanner platform as well as the deployment of applicable scenarios thereof have yet to be determined, any technology that enables immediate on-site control of the blight is highly promising. It is a goal worth realizing. Yo, Kinna, thank you so much for the 81 months. Enfield is going great. Thank you for asking. We have, we are going through, what is it, mission 2? I think? It's very early game.
Some documents have been taken away. But what about the parts?
And here's the parts.
Someone has flipped through these data files. Were some of them taken away?
Wait, this looks like not data files. These look like where you would store parts.
The footprints lead deeper into this facility.
That would lead to a dead end. We should hurry up.
Ooh! Loot! I'm thirsty, so I'm grabbing my drink. You hear that? Somebody talking on the other side of the wall. Look at there they are. Look at all these rockets.
There must be somewhere. Boss wants the crate. Oh, God. We can search this place again.
Boss wants the crate. What happens if one of our own teammates already, like Yvonne, already took it?
Something ain't right. He's getting out. I'll sorry you.
Keep going.
We are united as one.
Excuse you. If we get them staggered, then if we get them staggered, then we can do like a finisher hit on them.
I wouldn't expect anything less.
Verify and report personal status, team.
Good work, everyone.
Yeah, but there's gonna be a bigger bad guy. There's always a bigger bad guy. Ooh. Well, I figure I now know where we go to get the things that they're looking for. It's a gun.
I spot treasure. Let's go take a look.
I also spot treasure. Why did you bring me here? Oh! Oh! What? That's why. I don't know what I just picked up. Ooh! Look at all this loot. We're about to level up to level 4.
This feels familiar.
Is there anything else that I didn't see? I do like how the scan, like, changes my screen but doesn't, if that makes sense. Like, it feels like, yeah, it's not terribly frustrating to look at. There's definitely sometimes, like in other games, I think, what was it? Like Breath of the Wild? I feel like I was getting frustrated pretty heavily with the like scan sort of thing. No, I don't remember what game it was, but there was like a scan where it just like changed the screen color completely. I want to be able to bring that outside of here. You know what? Maybe. Ahahaha! Got it. Come on, you got a pressure switch. And I want loot. Yeah, level 4. Let's go. My max sanity? Sanity? What? I need to worry about my sanity? Oh, no. Sanity, what's that? I don't know. I don't have any. What if... Come on. Oh, that's not close enough? Oh, okay. That's fair. Okay. Oh my god, please. Back up. No. Okay, there we go. Come on. At least I'm not taking damage, maybe. Is this... Okay, you know what? Heck it. Fine. Bring it on. We'll bring this in here. Move this out of the way. Is better, only need one. You know, I probably should have done that to begin with, but also I'm stubborn. Oh, well, there you go. Oraline. They told me in the game, and you told me in chat. What? Saku stubborn? Yep. I know. Surprise literally everybody. Oh, more feats.
A blade unsheathed, its light unleashed.
All variables within estimates.
These guys have like easy kind of stagger stuff.
An easy victory.
The battle has ended. Let's take a break while we still can. We made another step, but
Maybe bigger.
keep your head down and shush. The footprints fade into that direction. We need
Wait,
to find
but
a way to reach the upper platform.
they're not.
Look around. Perhaps we can find a crate to hop on.
Oh my god, really? Are you telling me? Perhaps that what? No. What? I'm already up here. What are you talking about? Excuse me. Not only am I already up here, but madame, backseating is not allowed in this stream. So you... No. No. Who are
Don't be
you?
afraid. We are the Endfield crisis team. You're now safe.
Yeah, we totally defeated those landbreakers. They'll trouble you no more.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily know that the Landbreakers are working alone, right? What if these guys are part of the team?
Oh, thank you all. We're finally safe.
Okay, they seem okay.
Our security cameras found the Landbreaker mobs heading this way. We stopped our work immediately, then took this set of equipment and the accompanying technical documents with us.
Ah, that's why half the documents are missing.
We got no idea what it's for. But the packaging label says it's top priority. It's covered in Enfield logos. You came for this, right? Guess we really did save something important.
This is it. This is the set of prototype parts that Mr. Andre mentioned. Thank you. The two of you acted in a decisive and timely manner to save a key asset of Enfield Industries. Now that it's been recovered, I shall relay your actions to the site director.
Great. Oh, we also found a few other things. These combat records might be useful to you. Please take.
Ooh, combat records. Are these going to be what we use to level up? Remember to train operators in order to improve their combat abilities.
Still waiting for something?
Use the operator overview screen to upgrade various operator abilities, improve their performance in various situations. Alright, let's level up. In addition to defeating enemies, EXP materials can be manually spent. Yeah, see? I knew it! I knew it. Me, look at me. Big brain, big brain, big brain. Spend the operator EXP manuals. Click to continue. Click to continue. Click to continue. Go back. I don't know who I want to level up.
Standing by.
But you have something here. Administrator, this is the operator's potential screen. Use operator tokens at this screen to raise their potential and grant them various bonuses. Click here to... Yep. Recruit the same operator again grants the operator's potential token. If the operator token is available, click here to spend the token and unlock the operator's potential. Reaching an operator's potential 1, 3, and 5 also unlocks operator snapshots. These snapshots can be displayed aboard... Yeah. Some operator snapshots can also be displayed at the profile panel. Okay. Ooh! Pretty. So, by unlocking or by getting another shard of her, I unlocked her combo skill, Instant Protocol Chain Improvement, that increases the duration of electrification. And Snowshine also I got an upgrade for, and Battle skill saturated. Defense improved during blocking effect. Arts inflictions cannot be applied to allied operators with protection. Ooh, I like that. Moment for a break. Nice coffee. She got a couple madrinas over there. I feel like she should have, like, the entirety of upgrades available. Two. I'm just gonna upgrade all of her stuff because I'm pretty sure it's just gonna max out. Well, bam! You can actually, like, flip it over. I think there's text on the back. Mind sharing your hard-earned free time with someone? If I get free time, who would spend their free time with me? Will and strength upgrade. Urge to share. Soup. How about a sip? Oh, well, it's a nutritious liquid blend of bugs and plant extracts. Ugh! Gross! Man! I was like, oh man, look at this cute little cup here. And then it's like, bleh. Gag. No. Intermittent thinker. She tried to free up some time to ponder when that drop of water will hit the ground. Probably not very, yeah, no. Alright, Estella is maxed out.
Since the Landbreakers are gone, we should start the emergency repairs. They should last until the base sends more people and materials for a proper makeover.
A proper makeover.
You know, we really appreciate all the help you gave us, my Enfielder friends. Things look good for now.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
You stop! Drop the loot!
No, thank you.
Still waiting for something?
I could level them up.
Operator Perlica, standing by.
Wanna come snowboarding with me, Enderman?
I do think it's interesting that we started her off at level 1 and she's already level 5, but we started off our character at level like 5 or 4 or something and she's level 6.
Watch this! Awesome, right?
Yeah, I don't think we need to level up.
Hear that sound? We're getting bugs. Break them up.
Because we just need to be good. I still can't believe this guy's not staggered. Is somebody sleeping? What? Hello? Okay, I guess. Maybe we just killed the other guy. Yeah, we're gonna fight a big bad guy. We have to.
Won't give up. What is it, Perlica? Thinking about something?
Yeah, you're thinking about how this is unusual for them to be attacking us like this and that there must be something deeper going on.
Those landbreakers. You heard what they said. Their leader is looking for the parts and the documents.
But why would the LBs want the documents? I mean, can they even understand this stack of technobabble?
The bigger problem is the fact that they shouldn't even know about it. Right? Like, they shouldn't know about it at all.
What's even more suspicious is Mr. Andre mentioned that he ordered and paid for the Originium modification parts himself. How would the Landbreakers acquire such information?
Wow! Almost like I'm thinking the same way. That's amazing. I'm so smug about it too. What's even right? Right? That's what I'm talking about. How would they know about it unless somebody spilled the beans or somebody went back in time and already knew about it? Also, welcome in, Juilliard. What is this prototype for anyways?
Mr. Andre should know more than us. Endfield has worked together with the UWST for quite a while. We often carry out joint engineering projects together. The UWST has spent years researching the ether rift of Valley 4. They have constructed an ether test site at the power plateau for this purpose. Though it does make little sense, I have a feeling that these landbreakers are indeed looking for our technology and products. We'll get to the bottom of this afterwards. The good news is that we successfully secured the processing center and recovered the parts and the documents. We should head back to Mr. Andre.
What happens if Mr. Andre was left alone by himself in the thing and he gets attacked?
Endman, the automation core can also be a target destination for teleprotocol. Time is a luxury we don't really have. So let's try using teleprotocol and get back to the automation core instantly. Now that everything's settled, I guess Mr. Andre can finally breathe easy.
Guys, you've got to make Big Owl treat us to a mega feast. Otherwise, you're just spoiling him.
I will in a minute, but what I do want to do is I want to get to a point where there's a rest spot, which I think is just outside this building here, so that I can heal. Time is a luxury we don't have. Okay, yeah, but then we take a nap instead.
Perlica, you hungry?
I'm alright. Get some quality rest, Chen. You're still
There is so much voice acting in this game, and I love it. I am all about that. Shout out this dev, like whoever came up with this and has like all just like voice acting of the crew hanging out together and just like the little talks that they have amongst each other. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. I'm big happy about that. But yeah. I feel like this is probably a pretty good time to wrap up the stream. I really like this game. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Reminder that we're sponsored still for about 9 more days. So, if you are interested in playing the game, I would really appreciate if you could use my link in order to do so. You get to play the game, and I get a reward for getting you to play the game. And yeah, so I would really appreciate it if you would be interested in doing that. Yeah, it's a really fun game. I've been enjoying it quite a bit.
There's no doubt we truly cherish this new home.
So the goals that we have the goals that we have for the stream is to get 15 people to install the game, and then if you install the game and you play through like the beginning part, the like first like 5 minutes of it or whatever else then it'll pop up the thing that says, hey, you've installed the game. And then if you play 15 minutes today and then 15 minutes tomorrow, it's another goal. And then if you play 15 minutes for each day for 8 days, then that's another goal. Oh, double Zeta. Really? I don't actually know what the minimum requirements are for this game. I don't see anywhere on here that says it. Yeah, I know that we've only played a small portion of the game, but there's a lot more to this game than just, you know, what we've seen already. We're still in the tutorial section. There's still so much more. You know, basically you're creating a new civilization. So we're leading our squad of operators, and we'll continue to expand the frontiers of Talos 2. And you know, we have the automation, right? You can have the automation stuff going 24/7 so that the AIC factory system builds high-tech production lines, and my Originium engines and machinery work basically around the clock. So you can automate resource gathering and crafting, and that way I'm just able to go and play, like, just, you know, explore and do quests and stuff like that. Oh, really? Double Zeta Ignis? Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't see anywhere where it says what the minimum requirements are. But yeah, this is gonna be a really fun game. I'm really excited to play it. So there's a sponsor channel in the video games section of the Discord if you're interested in talking about Endfield in there. We've also got stuff. But yeah. Wait, but if you're saying your 1650 is not enough, it says the minimum requirements is a 1060. Which isn't a 1650 more than a 1060?
People say that the essence shall reveal itself. Is there something I missed?
But yeah, thank you so much again for everyone who is watching. And I hope you all enjoyed the cooking stream section. That was really fun. It actually took way faster than I expected it to take for a cooking stream. So let's see who we can raid here. Oh, they probably listed the 6 GB version. Ah, okay.
Something seems to warrant closer scrutiny.
Well, bam. All right. We are going to trying to see how to exit the game. Yeah, we're gonna wrap up here. Oh my god, why did I hear something but I don't see something? What happened? Alright, if you don't have a Saku emote, if you don't have a Saku emote, then you'll spam your favorite heart or love emote when we raid. Oh, Double Zeta Ignis, it counted. You installing it. Because I guess you did launch it. Interesting. Yeah. What are we at now? $13? Yo, only two more people to hit the minimum. Wabam. Alright, let's see who we're gonna raid. And then I might go downstairs and I might turn my ice cream. I might turn my possible ice cream into real ice cream.